In medical crises, time is critical, but access is often the real enemy. A heart attack in a remote village, a road accident in mountainous terrain, a complicated birth on an isolated island. These situations don't fail because doctors don't know what to do. They fail because patients cannot reach care fast enough. Roads may be damaged, non-existent, or impassable. Weather may ground helicopters. Airports may be hours away. This is the problem space the Quest aircraft Kodiak was built for. As an air ambulance, it is not optimized for luxury, speed records, or urban convenience. It is optimized for one thing only: reaching patients where nothing else can. Purpose-built, not repurposed. Many air ambulances start life as passenger aircraft and are later modified for medical use. The Kodiak is different. It was designed from the ground up as a rugged utility aircraft, with medical evacuation as one of its core use cases. That design philosophy changes everything. Instead of forcing stretchers, equipment, and medics into a compromised space, the Kodiak's structure, cabin shape, doors, and landing gear are already aligned with real-world emergency operations. It behaves less like a converted airplane and more like a flying tool, one designed to work every day in harsh conditions without excuses. Short, takeoff and landing. Why it matters. One of the Kodiak's defining features is its short takeoff and landing (STOL) capability. Fully loaded, it can take off and land in distances well under 1,000 feet. This allows it to operate from tiny airstrips, dirt roads, grass fields, gravel runways, and even beaches in certain conditions. For medical evacuation, this is transformative. Instead of transporting patients over hours of rough terrain to reach an airport, the aircraft can land close to the incident itself. In emergency medicine, eliminating even 30 minutes of delay can mean the difference between recovery and irreversible damage. Built to land where others can't. The Kodiak's rugged landing gear is designed to absorb punishment. Uneven surfaces, potholes, loose gravel, and soft ground are realities in remote regions, not exceptions. High ground clearance protects the propeller and fuselage from debris, while the aircraft's high wing configuration keeps engines and systems safely above dust, mud, and standing water. These design choices are not glamorous, but they are essential. In emergency operations, reliability on the ground is just as important as performance in the air. The engine that carries the mission. At the heart of the Kodiak is the Pratt & Whitney PT-6A turboprop engine. In aviation, the PT-6A is legendary. It has powered everything from bush planes to military trainers for decades and is trusted precisely because it works where others fail. It tolerates extreme heat, bitter cold, high humidity, and dusty environments with remarkable consistency. For air ambulance operators, this reliability is non-negotiable. A medical evacuation aircraft cannot afford engine issues in the middle of a crisis. The PT-6A's global support network also ensures that maintenance and parts are available almost anywhere in the world. A cabin designed around human reality. Inside the Kodiak, the priorities are clear. The cabin is wide, tall, and box-shaped, ideal for medical operations. Unlike tapered or curved fuselages that restrict movement, the Kodiak allows medics to stand, turn, and work around the patient. Depending on configuration, the aircraft can carry 1 or 2 stretchers, along with full medical equipment racks. Ventilators, monitors, oxygen systems, IV pumps, and defibrillators are securely mounted and accessible during flight. This transforms the aircraft into a flying intensive care unit rather than a simple transport platform. Space for medical decision-making. Medical emergencies evolve rapidly. A stable patient can deteriorate in minutes. The Kodiak's interior space allows medics to intervene mid-flight, to adjust ventilation, manage bleeding, administer medication, or perform advanced life support procedures. This is a crucial distinction. In cramped aircraft, medical care is often limited to monitoring. In the Kodiak, treatment continues from takeoff to landing. That continuity of care significantly improves survival rates, especially during long-distance evacuations. Rapid loading in difficult conditions. Time lost on the ground is time the patient doesn't have. The Kodiak's large sliding cargo door allows stretchers to be loaded quickly and smoothly, even on uneven or improvised surfaces. This reduces physical strain on medical crews and minimizes patient movement, lowering the risk of further injury. The door design also allows loading without specialized ground equipment, which is rarely available in remote regions. In disaster zones or rural areas, this simplicity becomes a lifesaver in itself. Range that expands. Healthcare access. With a range of over 1,000 nautical miles, the Kodiak can connect remote communities directly to major hospitals without intermediate stops. This is especially important in regions where refueling infrastructure is limited or unreliable. The aircraft's cruise speed of approximately 170 knots strikes a balance between urgency and efficiency. It is fast enough to meet medical time windows, yet economical enough to operate frequently. Over time, this combination allows healthcare networks to cover enormous territories with a single aircraft. Cost efficiency. That saves more than money. Air ambulances are expensive to operate, and cost directly affects availability. Helicopters, while invaluable in urban settings, are costly, maintenance-intensive, and limited in range. Jets are fast but require long runways and extensive infrastructure. The Kodiak sits in the middle, offering fixed-wing efficiency with near-helicopter-level access. Its lower operating costs mean more missions can be flown on the same budget. For governments, NGOs, and humanitarian organizations, this translates directly into more lives saved per dollar spent. Why fixed-wing matters in emergencies. Fixed-wing air ambulances like the Kodiak offer advantages that are often overlooked. They are more stable in turbulence, less affected by wind over long distances, and capable of flying above weather systems that ground helicopters. This reliability is critical during disasters, when conditions are often far from ideal. While helicopters dominate headlines, fixed-wing aircraft quietly handle the majority of long-distance medical evacuations worldwide, and the Kodiak is one of the most capable among them. Trusted by governments and humanitarian operators around the world, the Kodiak is operated by military medical units, government emergency services, humanitarian NGOs, and private air ambulance providers. It is commonly seen in Africa, South America, Southeast Asia, and remote parts of North America, regions where terrain and infrastructure pose constant challenges. In many of these places, the Kodiak is not a luxury or backup option. It is the primary link between isolated populations and advanced medical care. Disaster response and crisis operations. The Kodiak's value becomes especially clear during natural disasters and humanitarian crises. Earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, and conflicts often destroy roads and overwhelm local healthcare systems. In these situations, the aircraft's ability to operate from short, damaged, or temporary airstrips allows it to deliver patients, medical teams, and supplies when other aircraft cannot. Its versatility makes it a multi-purpose asset in crises, capable of adapting to rapidly changing needs. Safety designed for high-stress missions. Emergency flights are flown under pressure. Weather may be poor, time may be critical, and the patient's condition may be unstable. The Kodiak's safety-focused design helps mitigate these risks. Modern avionics support navigation and situational awareness in challenging conditions. The aircraft's predictable handling reduces pilot workload, allowing crews to focus on decision-making rather than fighting the aircraft. Redundancy in key systems adds another layer of protection when margins are thin. The human factor. Behind every mission is a crew operating under intense emotional and professional pressure. Pilots must land on unfamiliar strips, often at night or in poor weather. Medics must manage critical patients in a moving aircraft. The Kodiak's design supports these humans as much as it supports the mission. Good visibility, stable flight characteristics, and ergonomic cabin layout reduce fatigue and error, factors that matter enormously in life-and-death scenarios. More than a $2 million price tag. At roughly $2 million before medical outfitting, the Kodiak is not cheap. But its true value cannot be measured in acquisition cost. It is measured in stroke patients reaching treatment windows, trauma victims stabilized before shock sets in, mothers and newborns transported safely, and remote communities connected to modern healthcare for the first time. Over its operational life, the aircraft repays its cost many times over in outcomes rather than revenue. A different philosophy of aviation. Most aircraft are designed around performance metrics: speed, range, altitude, or passenger comfort. The Quest Kodiak is designed around outcomes. Every design decision, from the engine choice to the cabin shape, serves a practical purpose. This makes it less glamorous than business jets or military aircraft, but far more impactful in everyday life. It represents a philosophy of aviation where engineering exists to solve real human problems, not to impress on paper. A quiet hero of the skies. You are unlikely to see a Kodiak parked at a major international airport or featured in glossy aviation advertisements. Its work happens far from spotlight and ceremony. It lands on short strips carved into jungles, deserts, mountains, and coastlines. It flies patients who may never know the aircraft's name, only that it arrived when nothing else could. In that sense, the Quest Air Ambulance is one of the quiet heroes of modern aviation. The aircraft that redefines reach. In the end, the Kodiak's greatest achievement is not technological, it is geographical. It redefines where modern medicine can reach. It shrinks distances that once separated patients from survival. In a world where access to healthcare remains deeply unequal, this aircraft does something profoundly important. It makes geography matter a little less. Why it truly saves lives anywhere. The Quest Air Ambulance does not save lives through speed alone, or technology alone, or cost alone. It saves lives because it combines reliability, access, flexibility, and human-centered design into a single platform. Wherever roads fail, helicopters fall short, or infrastructure disappears, the Kodiak keeps flying. And when it does, it carries more than patience. It carries time, hope, and the chance to survive. And that's what makes the Quest Air Ambulance so powerful. It isn't about luxury or speed. It's about reaching people when nothing else can. From remote villages to disaster zones, this aircraft turns impossible locations into reachable ones, and time into survival. If you enjoy stories that uncover the hidden machines quietly saving lives around the world, like and subscribe for more deep dives into aviation, engineering, and the systems you rarely see but always depend on.